we're good. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Cold Storage Podcast. It's your host, Messy, here with Zay and Bambi. I just totally goofed and managed to hit the wrong button and start streaming.
Several times.
Uh,
Several times.
several times. All
Clip
right.
it.
Before we get into kind of today's bullshit, we're just gonna kind of pan over to our good friend Augustus with the news.
Hello, everyone. I'm Augustus XGG, and I'm the official newscaster for the community of XGG itself. We have a lot to talk about for ClanOps and WebOps wise in the community. Huge promotions going up from Rear Admiral all the way up to Director. We also have a lot of representatives from each department speaking about what each department is, how it gives back to the community, how it gives back to its members, and how it performs in XDG to benefit, to help, and to guide, and to have something to be part of. Also, in the news, we have our website dropping soon, which that's going to be very appealing to all of us. And we also have merch dropping soon, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be a big one. I think there's going to be hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeves, tank tops, snapbacks. You name it, we got it. We even pants too. We might have pants in there. Um, we also have our graphics department giving back to our members as well. For a lot of the time being making the graphics. Although, if you get if you put yours in, please be patient because we want to benefit ourselves when we have graphics in front of them. So please be patient while you receive your graphic as well. We have a new department within XGG. It is the education department, which is revolved around leadership development program as LDPM. We also want that department to grow along with the members to learn about how leadership is run, how to be a better leader, how to perform, how to give back, and how to give teachings to the people under you or the people above you. No matter your rank, you can join. You can join all the way up to director if you want. We also have an esports department which is just starting up as the head of Bambi XCG. We are building teams revolving around Call of Duty, Rainbow Six Siege, and Fortnite so far. We also have a message from ZayXGG. He's proud of everyone in the community so far in 2020 during these 5 months. In time, our Hydra related news, COVID-19, getting together with everyone is the best way possible with to all Hydra communities, J2H, TSB, and XCG itself, to bring movies, trivias, quizzes based on bringing everyone together to forget about COVID-19 and forget about what's going on in their daily lives. We also have our social medias. We have on our Instagrams, we have XGG Official, which is the official Instagram of XGG. We also have XGG Graphics, which is our official XGG Graphics account for Instagram. And our Twitter is at XDGHQ, so you can follow us to get the best updates and to see what's going on in the community as we know it. Um, what else can I talk about here? Our administrative department doing well as per usual. They just do their own thing. We don't bother them much. Um, the T&E department, nothing special there. There's just tournaments going on left, right, and center. That's just basically the entire department as a whole. And I have nothing else to talk about. Um, well, I'm Augustus XGG. I'm the newscaster. Stay tuned for big updates. I'll hit you right up.
All right, thank you very much.
And we are back. Okay.
What a wonderful segment. You know what? News is always something that keeps my interest. You know,
Truly,
got
it held my
the
attention
daily,
perfectly.
weekly. Yeah, it does. It
Yeah.
does. And so, we appreciate the news team for doing their little part.
Uh-huh.
It's definitely informative. So, great job, guys.
Okay. So, in terms of fuck. PS5.
What was that?
Yeah, sorry, my stupid phone went off. Okay, Bambi, have you seen the new PS5 gameplay yet?
I've seen like clips of it, but I like haven't actually sat down and like watched them like completely sit there and like go through everything with it though.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched most of it. It looks really, really nice. I'm just not sure that it's enough to like draw me over to the dark side, personally.
I mean, I have a PS4, so like I have the Xbox and the PS4, and like.
Oh, so you're a traitor.
Yeah. Turncoat.
And not. Okay, what are you gonna say when I get my new PC set up?
I have a PC.
I mean-
I can't say shit.
I'm gonna get a PC too as well. Helio said that once he gets he's gonna build his next one, and he's probably just gonna give me his old one as like a hand-me-down computer. So I'll have something.
No, fair enough.
My-
Is he waiting
mine
for
is-
next gen for CPUs?
No, he's. So I mean, for those of you who don't know, because of the pandemic going on, a lot of jobs have been put on hold or lost. He still has only gotten 1 week's worth of unemployment from the
Oh,
government, and to this day is having problems even using the card that he just got. So he hasn't been able to like do anything really. So he's got quite a bit of change coming to him. He's probably going to upgrade his computer here in the next little bit.
all
yeah,
right.
I went through Storm, and like I ended up getting one built for me, and it'll be here in like it's like 4 weeks now. I ordered it
Alright.
at the
What'd you
beginning
use?
of May. Huh?
What did you use?
I went through Digital Storm.
Digital Storm. I haven't heard of them. I've heard of like PC Part Picker, and I've talked to a couple people that have used them for quite a long time. And the reason they like that is because if you like select a certain parts for your computer, it's not going to be like usable for other parts. It's not like they don't all work together. So it like blocks out the options that don't work with the parts that you have for your computer selected already.
That
So you
makes
never
sense,
get
yeah.
anything that won't work. Yeah.
You
I
don't
like
buy you
that.
don't buy an AMD board and an Intel CPU, basically.
Well, yeah, the thing with Digital Storm is like they actually build the PC for you. See, like my thing is like I just decided to go ahead. I think I spent like overall like, 2,700 after like they applied all the discounts and stuff like that. And they're gonna build it for me, and also it came with like a bunch of different games because they were running a promotion.
Oh, damn,
And
you got the
like
games.
so I got because it was May.
Uh-huh.
It was the beginning of May when I ordered it, and so I got the Star Wars stuff to come with it. A free year subscription to Origin and stuff like that. So like it was, to me it was worth it. Also like they're building it for me, so like I mean I'm actually really excited for it to come in and get set up, and then like, all of my LED lights set up too. So like it's all coming together now.
Yeah.
So
Also, Bambi, you're roboting really hard. Not sure if he.
Yeah, like,
Okay, you can hear it too.
You'll like cut in and out a little bit.
my bad. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Like right there.
Yeah,
you
like right
put
there.
my bad.
You know, like also fun fact of stuff that I'm doing lately is on the 25th I'm getting fiber optic, so we won't have this problem
Ooh.
anymore.
Nice.
I'm
Hey,
so
look,
excited.
fiber optic is great, especially for those people who have like really really slow speeds,
Mhm.
obviously. But let's it's not going to make your Wi-Fi any better. I'm
No.
just saying.
Hey. I'm going to a completely different company.
Are you now?
The awkward split-second silence, and then hey, I love it.
I am going to a different company, and I have a router that's like a decent route. I have a that I paid like over $200 something for.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping that once
Is it
everything gets set up.
what is it, like the X5 or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
X500, I think is what it's called. It's like it's meant for gaming. You can actually, that one is really, so I'm gonna nerd out a little bit. I'm a little bit of a techie, not super techie, but a little bit. But that's one of those router modems that you can like set up your own VPN through. So like anything that connects to an internet connection, you can tunnel it through your VPN.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good router, but like right now I have Spectrum, which is just shit internet in my area.
Yeah.
Internet is on a spectrum.
Oh.
Anyways.
Yeah, no, I'm running AT&T. It works great when it works. That's a big win.
Yeah, that's who's coming out here is AT&T for the fiber optic.
All right, yeah, I think we're on
Yo,
fiber optic.
that's good right there. Yeah, there was a point in time when I was back home in Utah. Google came through and was like, "Hey, we're going to pull up all these old lines and we're going to put fiber optic cables down, but we need like $10 a month from you guys. Is that okay? Like, that's not too much, is it?" And we were like, yeah." So like wherever they were pulling up those lines, people got contracted for like 5 years for $10 a month for having fiber optic, which was absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm locked in for the next year at 60, and then it goes up to 80.
That's still not bad though. Like,
No, that's $1,000.
this is when they were first introducing it. You know what I mean? This was several years ago. But
Yeah.
back when, I don't know if you guys ever heard of this, but Google was trying to bring internet everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So they have this idea of putting these hot air balloons in around the states
I've heard of
that
this.
have a Wi-Fi signal that releases, so anybody can connect to it
Mhm.
wherever you're at.
Uh-huh. I think Facebook did like the same thing. They wanted to put unmanned drones over Africa with Wi-Fi routers on them, basically.
Oh my God.
They were like these massive, like, I swear, I think it's like a 50-foot wingspan, like massive drones that were gonna fly over Africa and deliver Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that is that's crazy, bro.
My only question is, to what?
Yeah, like what are they? Not to be rude, but
Yeah,
like,
no.
there's parts of Africa where they don't even know what a phone is.
Yeah.
Bro.
Like,
I mean, maybe
It's,
like more like South Africa,
Yeah.
where it's more civilized.
well, yeah, but
Whoa, are you saying that those tribes in Africa are not civilized?
how dare you?
I have friends in Guinea that will be very angry at this.
I thought they didn't have a phone. What are you talking
Yeah,
about? What
how
do
they
you
gonna
mean?
hear this podcast?
Yeah, we smoke signal talk.
We can't offend them. They can't hear us.
That
Oh,
must take
man.
forever.
Oh, I'm sorry to anyone who may be living somewhere in Africa that is like, hey, if you somehow
You
hear
have
this,
to-
I'm sorry.
You happen to live in Africa. I wasn't trying to be offensive.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
First world problems.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Oh man. For real though, going back to
Yeah.
The PS4 conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we kind of talked about this a little bit the other day, Messy, but
Yeah.
for me, the best parts of PlayStation are the exclusive content. Obviously, everybody's going to say that. And they're single-player games. Otherwise, Xbox, in my opinion, does the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Regardless of what console you're on, you're going to run into 12-year-olds you're gonna like get into arguments with stupid people.
Yep.
You're always gonna have like the same issues. And something I've heard people be like, well, Xbox is better because I don't have to deal with children. No, you still have to deal with children.
I don't know in what world that exists. Have they not been on 360?
Yeah.
360 was the
man.
most toxic environment ever, and I loved it.
Yeah, but
I mean,
like the problem is now is it's no longer like toxic.
I
like,
know.
You do have your toxic people. It's more like you have a lot more like snowflakes and a lot
Yeah.
more like my feelings are hurt kind of
bro,
like
if
thing.
I swear to God, if I get into another game or another lobby with somebody and like I crack a joke or something and their first response is, "What? I never." I'm out. I'm out the game. I'm off.
Uh-huh.
I'm not playing. I
No.
don't want to do
No,
it.
I heard a joke about someone getting banned for saying the word heck in a message. Because basically they put in the reasoning for the ban was the fact that it was said in a insulting and condescending tone, and the person got banned for it. Like, you can't even say heck anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's just that's the generation who complains about stuff like heck is the same generation of kids who grew up getting participation trophies in soccer.
Okay, hold on. That's a personal attack right there. Hold on, we aren't all that bad.
Yo,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
you
lie.
forget.
I also
That's
received a
better than us.
participation trophy.
Okay, good. I'm like, yeah, I got those two back. I'm like, was that 5 or 6? I was like young, never I got those.
Yeah, the first and only time I tried soccer, yeah, I got a participation trophy. My team lost every game. So
Yep.
when I found the
Oh.
next sport I wanted to do, I put myself in it. Truthfully, because I was out of shape in junior high and didn't want to be fat anymore.
Same.
And I also didn't like being home, so it was an excuse to do both of those things.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of wrestling.
Oh yeah, I got a good buddy. He used to be on the community scene with me, but he got out about a year ago. Is big into wrestling nowadays. Like, actually, he's pretty good too.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I'm not talking about like no WWE type stuff.
No, yeah.
Because they've been on some sort of thing for a while now. I used to be a huge fan of that kind of stuff, but like the high school, college wrestling and
Yeah.
whatnot, that like to me, I learned so much like during doing all that, and I like experienced a lot that like I wouldn't have gotten to otherwise. So
Yeah,
that's like
no.
one of those things I'm super thankful for, and like every day I wake up thankful that I've gotten to experience that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I ran through a lot of sports whenever I was younger. I was a big soccer kid. Like, whenever I first started out and I was like young, I swear I should have been in a helmet my
Oh,
early
those
childhood.
participation trophies didn't
Yeah.
drive you away, huh?
No, like there was one time I like tackled a kid because I wanted to play football whenever I was younger, and I straight up tackled some kid. That's how I got kicked out of the YMCA. But
Oh my god.
I don't think I've ever heard of anybody getting kicked out of the YMCA.
yeah.
No.
But no, so
I
like,
mean,
whenever I was
I
when I was in elementary and middle school, I played soccer a bunch. Was fairly good. Like, I'm a big person, so I was a good defender. I was slow as shit though, but I could fucking break some shins. Not on purpose, of
Oh
course,
my
but played basketball for a while. Again, tall, big person, was pretty good at it. Again,
Excuse me.
slow.
I would be lying to you if I told you that when I was in wrestling, especially in junior high, I
Mhm.
controlled it a lot better after I went to high school. But pretty much everybody I wrestled in junior high school ended up with a bloody nose.
Yep.
And one kid, I actually I shattered his nose.
Ah,
I put him in. I don't know if you guys know what a cradle is, but like it's where you hook one leg, you hook around the back of their head, and then you hold your arms or your hands, you tie them together, and it's a cradle. You put them on their back, you pin them.
okay,
I
yeah.
put this kid in a standing cradle, so I grabbed him. Well, not grabbed him. I put my left arm around the back of his head, and forced him down, and grabbed around his leg, and forced it together. And when I did that, I put his knee into his nose and shattered it.
Ow. No, I don't like that. That does not sound
Yeah.
fun.
It was bad. I felt so bad. I also broke a kid's arm in my when I was at my state match.
You're some damn menace.
As a senior. I didn't mean to. I chopped the dude's arm and it snapped at his elbow.
Ah.
Yikes.
No, stop.
That's actually, I got my knee knocked out of place playing soccer, though.
Mm.
It was it was like my junior year, I think, was the first time, and then my senior year, like I was on because for like half a season. Yeah, we were playing up against these girls from Slidell, and
Yeah, they're nasty
play,
ones
like,
down there.
they play dirty. Like they
Mhm.
grab your hair, they'll punch you, like they'll try to take out your.
Wait, what were
jeans.
you playing? Were you playing like roller derby or something?
No,
What the
I
hell?
was playing soccer. Oh my god, girls
Soccer?
is so
Soccer.
dirty. Let me tell you, we were playing these girls from Slidell, right? And like, you know, when you play a lot of like private schools, which is like because soccer when I was in high school was not like a super big thing in Louisiana, and so like as a private school, and then we would play a bunch of other private schools, and so Slidell was actually one of those public schools that we got to play, and they were some dirty bitches. They would literally like I would get my hair pulled, would get like elbowed in the back. And so I went to go slide to hit the ball because I was left wing. And I went to go get it and I did a slide. And the girl just so happened to do the same thing. And her cleat just aligned with my knee perfectly.
Yeah.
It's like took it out. And she really messed it up. And I remember just laying on the field crying. They're like, get up. And I was like, I can't get up.
My leg don't work no more.
And so like I got taken off of the field, and like that wasn't the only time. Like so like I'm like a little bit on the shorter side, but like we would have a goalie that would never show up, so we would rotate goalies.
A little bit on the shorter side.
And so anyways, it was my turn to be a goalie, which I hated being a goalie. I wasn't good at it. Like
For anybody who doesn't know, Cade's like 4'8" or something like that.
I'm 5'2". Don't discredit me. But anyways,
Sorry, what's 4 inches at that height?
So anyways, I don't know who we were playing. We were playing another team of like, you know, shitty kids. And I had grabbed the ball and like I had curled up into my own ball around the ball and I was getting kicked. And like these girls, like the ref didn't blow the ball, wasn't like, hey, yo, like knock it off. Like the ref was just letting it happen.
So it was just like a free for all. Just
yeah,
sure?
pretty much.
get her while she's down.
Are you sure you're not playing hockey?
No, I was
gonna say this sounds like women's NHL, bro. That doesn't sound like soccer.
This is how Louisiana girls play soccer, apparently. And it got to the point where my mom ran out on the field and she was yelling. She's like, "Can't you see she's fucking hurt?" And I had bruises. I had bruises all up my side. Like I had like I just like was just kicked. Like,
So did you continue soccer after this?
yeah, I played soccer.
Oh yeah, no,
all
I
the way
totally
up.
could have played if I got beaten on a field in front of everyone.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but if the other team, like let's say I was wrestling somebody and his teammates like all dived on top of me and started beating the shit out of me, you best believe I wouldn't be showing up to practice the next day.
No.
Oh no, I did. I showed up. I loved soccer. I played soccer and softball. I got hurt so much in soccer, but like softball was kind of like I can't tell you any interesting stories from there. The only time I ever got hurt in soccer, my own stupidity, and it's where I popped my glove down and the pulled up and hit me in the face. Like that's about it.
I've seen a guy do that playing baseball. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Baseball was one of the worst sports I ever played because my team had like 3 good people on it, and everyone else total dog shit, including me. We had like 3. This was never in middle school. We had 3 8th graders who were just all stars. Like about every 1 out of 3 hits they got was a home run. Like they were great. And everyone else, we were basically picking flowers in the outfield. One day during practice, one of our coaches said, "Hey, to this person, do you think you can? How hard do you think you can hit this ball?" And he's like, "Let's find out." So coach pitches him a ball. This man hit it so hard, it flew across our entire full-size soccer field and broke someone's window out like next to the school. And I mean, he did it.
What
And
a classic everybody run moment.
yeah, no, and instead of everyone running, the coach said, "Hey, if you manage to do that, if you break some shit, because everyone like, hey, don't do that. That's not gonna end well." He's like, "If he breaks it, I'll buy you all Chick-fil-A." Sure enough, next time we had a game, Coach brought Chick-fil-A?
Listen, it was on this day everybody became a winner.
No, our only game we won was because the other team got in a wreck. Their bus got hit, and that was the only
What?
game we
That's
won.
You're
horrible.
saying you won due to forfeit?
Yeah,
That's not even. And you got Chick-fil-A.
yeah. That was our only
What a
win. We
win.
got Chick-fil-A.
What a win!
That is so
I was
awful.
out in right field, like, are they coming or not? Nah, hell yeah.
Bro, you wouldn't have seen me in the field if the other team hadn't even arrived yet.
Well, no, we were out doing drills, like we were trying to warm up because Lord knows we needed it.
Not for that game, you did.
No, thankfully not. Oh, that was. I've always wanted to try baseball. Like whenever I was young, I always wanted to play. I finally got my chance, and I hated it. Like legit, at the end of the season, they're like, "Hey, you come back on for next time." I'm like, "Nah." I went and did a Minecraft club instead. That's the volume of how much I hated it.
Bro.
Now,
You know,
Minecraft
you know
Club?
what I did in the off season of wrestling was I was a part of our high school's paintball club.
yes.
That look, I was not at all prepared for paintball. Okay, I grew up a very young, naive Mormon convert boy. For those of you who don't know, that means I converted into the Mormon religion, not anything weird. So I don't want to hear none. I also want to clear the table on this once and for all. I'm putting my foot down. Just because I'm from Utah and I used to be a Mormon does not mean I have married multiple women. I can barely handle one woman in
I
my
was about
life.
to say.
How in the world are you expecting me to try to multitask women? Like that ain't me, bro. You got a wrong man.
Yeah, that's just the entire time you said Mormon, I'm like, can I make that joke or not? Thanks for clearing that up.
It's like
It's just so easy.
overused, bro.
It is.
That and that so you got a wife for every day of the week, that kind of joke, that's overused.
Yep.
And something about using bread as a napkin or something. I don't get that one.
I
But
don't get that one either. Was it a Roman emperor who had a concubine for like almost every day of the year? Who was that? Hold on, let me look this up.
oh my.
I
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, it's like 360.
Damn.
Yeah,
What, you needed 5 days a year to rest? Gotta rest this up.
recharge. Oh, it was Sun Tzu. That was not a Roman emperor at all.
It was him?
Sun Tzu.
I don't know who that is.
Let me look. Is this a Wikipedia article?
Listen, I don't know who that is, and I'm playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey right now.
So
So
he
if they're not on that
was-
game, they don't exist.
He was a Chinese general. Oh wait, isn't the Art of War guy? Yeah,
What?
he was
The
the
dude
he
who
was
wrote
the
Art of War?
yeah he was the Art of War guy.
Oh, man.
I thought that
There's
name
probably
was
some nerd out there that's listening to this like, how do you not know? How do you not know?
That's gonna peak hard. I'm sorry, Bambi. Have fun editing that. Okay, yeah, that's who I thought it was, or not who I thought it was at all. But that's interesting. Okay, moving on.
Good job.
Uh,
Jonathan.
No, so let's actually try and make it back to PS5 again. We've gotten on so many tangents off of PS5.
I mean, that's not so much a bad thing.
No, it's good. I'm just like
yeah, I mean,
we haven't had a full conversation about PS5 yet. But I do think that the big thing about that is the fact that if it had come out on its own against like Xbox, like our current gen Xbox, I think it would be a shoehorn win. But I am curious to see how this next gen Xbox fares against it.
Yeah.
Considering like all different improvements, what's the hardware they put in it? Like it's actually pretty impressive specs. Like it's actually on par with like a decent PC setup for like a quarter of the price.
The PlayStation 5?
No, the new Xbox.
The new Xbox? Hold on, I'll pull up the specs for you.
Yeah. Like I swear it was like either like a 2060 or a 2080, like a beefy graphics system, like an actual nice system that if it weren't an Xbox, like it would be a great small form factor PC. It's just hard locked to the Xbox OS.
Yeah. It's got a 8
You cut out. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm looking at its specs right now. Obviously its release date is COVID thing. Everything's kind of
Yeah.
everywhere. Its processor is an 8-core, 3.8 gigahertz AMD Zen. Its GPU is a 12 teraflop AMD RDNA, and its RAM is 16 gigabytes.
So it's running a full AMD and Ryzen. Huh. That's actually interesting. I mean, I guess
That's
Yeah.
crazy because that's like what like Microsoft has a deal with AMD that, as far as I know, again, I know I said this the other day,
Yeah.
but I think they're the ones that supply all the parts for consoles.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, the only thing that, again, I'm comparing the two of them right now. I know PS5 is going to have VR. Where
Yes.
the X is not.
Yeah.
So that's a thing.
To be
If
honest,
people are
though, I don't really
into
care
that-
about that.
I mean, I don't either. That just seems like an expensive extra add-on.
Yeah, I mean, console VR
Yeah,
has been... Yeah.
I get that. I mean, I totally get that. Like, there's definitely people out there who want that, and like, to if I'm being fair, it's not that big of a surprise seeing where Sony's been going with like their accessories for their consoles and stuff like that. So it's not really that big of a surprise. I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, very cool. But for me, it's not really like a decision maker of like if I would switch over or not.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm trying to load all the specs for it.
I mean, again, if you want to go play VR, get a PC. It's what I did.
We have a
You don't even need a PC anymore, bro. You have the
Quest, yeah.
the Oculus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the new
we
Quest,
have-
yeah.
We have a place here. It's like a huge, like, bowling alley, like, cave kind of thing set up, and it's actually sick. They have a in there, and I went in there and actually played one day, and the Star Wars thing, where it's like the lightsabers and
Oh,
hitting
the,
boxes.
yeah, the Vader Immortal, wherever it is, yeah.
Yeah, and you hit the boxes to the music or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
And I
Beat
had-
Saber.
Yes, I had so much fun with that. That'd probably be the only thing I use it for. I've watched people do games with it, and I love I love anything scary.
You have to kind of be careful with that game. I used to live in Oregon. My roommate had a Oculus Rift, and he let me play it, but he put on Beat Saber, and he's like, "All right, this game's kind of ridiculous. You're gonna kind of like be off balance a little bit, but just try not to fall over." And so I'm like getting really into it. I'm like halfway into the song, I can't even remember what it was, and I threw one of his little controllers at his computer screen.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Gosh.
It was, I mean, the computer was fine. The controller was not.
Yeah,
It was,
these are expensive, too.
yeah, it was a big mess. It was
Yeah.
like the first time I'd ever played it, and then I felt bad. Like I was like, well, I can't have nice things. So
Yeah.
but I did try a few different games on it, and it, to be honest, is like it's not bad. VR's not terrible. I'm just like really excited to see like how far it goes.
Yeah, I've got a Rift S beside me. I haven't actually played anything too big on it yet. I've tried VR chat. It's still just as weird as it always has been. Hoping to get like Pavlov and Vader Immortal pretty soon to try those out. Because Pavlov looks sick.
Yeah, I think I've seen like Shroud play that a little bit. It's like PUBG but VR, right?
CSGO, really, but yeah.
CS:GO, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it was one of
It's
them.
like VR CSGO, and it looks really fun. You can play like Trouble in Terrorist Town. You can play regular team deathmatch. Like it looks sick as hell.
Okay, so I have the Versus specs pulled up right now.
Yeah.
Let's see. If you wanna, their controller feature, PS5 has. It's got adaptable triggers. The controller actually has a microphone built into it.
It's interesting.
It has a create button and it has rechargeable batteries. as far as the Xbox, it has the new trigger and grip to it. It has a deep, a dynamic latent input. It has a share button. You have to obviously either buy your own rechargeable batteries or double A's. Parent, which we're sure everybody who's on the Xbox now. Too big of a deal. The CPU, the one has a Zen 2 cores at gigahertz, and then the other one 8 gigahertz. Custom Zen 2 CPU. And then the PS5 10.28 T-flops, 36 CUs at 2 gigahertz, and a custom DNA. As where the Xbox One 12 T-flops at 1.8 gigahertz with a custom DNA. So
Yeah.
I hope all you nerds that are tech savvy are just blowing up over all these specs because
And I really hope any of you actually heard that because I was cutting out horribly on my end.
No, I mean it's just like a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
And like trying to, I mean, again, ultimately what it's going to boil down to is like, I mean, you're going to have people who are like, oh yeah, this PS5 is the best thing ever. And they're going to go to that. And then the Series X is going to come out. Oh, I love that. I want that.
Yeah.
You know, we're ultimately like nothing is really going to change. You might have some people switch over from one to the other. But I mean, it's gaming is gaming to me. That's what.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the battle's going to be won purely off of games. Because
yeah.
if Xbox exclusives are garbage and PS5 exclusives are great, it's going to be a PS5 win. But if it's the other way around,
Well, if
we're
we're going based off the past, like PlayStation has literally taken the cake for exclusives. So that's like obviously their bread and butter. And so they kind of like laid a foundation to where it's hard for, it feels like it's hard for Microsoft to do something that's similar with big popular games because Sony's like deeply seated into that.
Yeah, and what if the last two, like, not exclusives like Halo, but like special rights like Anthem. Like Anthem was Microsoft's big thing because like if Anthem had been a great game and Microsoft had its hands in that, I feel like it could have been a big win for them. But I feel like all of their their rights to these games, like The Division 2, which was a decent game, Anthem, they haven't been the big critical successes that stuff like all your different PS5 or PS4 games have been in the last couple of years. Like, I feel like they've gotten some bad eggs out of that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can agree. Excuse me. Oh man, I really hate the argument of that one's like really one's better than the other because like they both have their positives and negatives, just like anything else.
Yeah, no, agreed.
And in my opinion, if you're gaming, I mean, just like here in XCG, we have PS4 players. I don't think that's going to change.
Nope.
I think it can only get better for us and for the other people who are, also gaming. Our point is to just bring gamers together.
Yeah.
And, I'm excited for the launches, even though I'm not a PlayStation person. I'm excited for it.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless. I want all these companies to do good. I want everybody to succeed, and I want the gaming scene to just blow up even more so than it has.
Yeah. I do think the big thing they need to work on that's going to make it so much better for everyone, crossplay. That needs to be a bigger thing.
I mean, they've talked about it,
yeah.
But Sony is not on board with it at all. It feels. I mean, they've even said,
Yeah, wasn't there an article yes, we've talked about it, but we want you to play on a superior platform and not on Xbox. The shade that was thrown, that's a translation, I think, but it's just the shade they've been throwing is ridiculous. But I feel was it a few months ago? There was a while ago that there was something about them working towards a kind of agreement for crossplay for certain things.
They've been talking about it for, I'm sure, a few years at this point. It's just become a little bit more public than it used to be.
Yeah.
But I mean, so let's look at this. All right, so we've been in this pandemic for, I haven't been to work in like 2 months, right? And in that time, there's only been, I think, one major release for console, and that game was a PlayStation 4 exclusive, and it was Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yep.
Now, I don't have that game, but I did watch a YouTuber do a full playthrough on it. That is an amazing game.
Yeah.
I've played the original. But I mean, and they did make some very large changes, in certain parts.
Yep.
But it just like they made such a well-rounded, in-depth game, and it still felt like Final Fantasy, even though it wasn't like the turn-based play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, right now, like the next game for Xbox, I think that's coming out is Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
I believe the next like big launch.
Yep.
And then after that's going to be the Series X, and then the new Halo game, which I'm excited for.
Oh yeah.
Truthfully, I'm gonna pre-order the new console because I don't know about y'all, but I have the original Xbox One
Same.
Day One edition.
Yep. I have one of the Halo 5 special editions.
I mean, I like to, because I use this kind of thing every day. I'm the type of person that's like,
Yeah.
you take care of it, it'll take care of you.
Yep.
You'll never have to like worry about it. But I was the same with like the 360. My 360 got the Red Ring of Death 3 times, but I never had to get a new console.
Yep. I actually got lucky. I never got a Red Ring of Death.
I managed to, with one of my friend's fathers, we took apart my 360 while watching YouTube videos, and then we applied the, I think it was like the heat chamber or something like that, some like heating mechanism. We had to re-glue and then put it all back together. I did it 3 times. It took like an hour and a half each time.
Yeah.
It was the worst. I'm just glad that's not an issue anymore.
Yeah. Same. I had a buddy of mine. Who was that? I swear, I think he got the Red Ring at least 5 or 6 times. Like, it was insane.
Oh man, looking back, the 360 was such garbage.
It was so bad.
It was so bad, so many issues.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys ever got those extra external fans that like clicked into the back of your 360. It's supposed to give you like extra like cooling power.
Yeah.
All that did was heat up your console internally and make
Yeah.
it worse. Oh man. I'm just I don't know. I'm kind of, it's that moment where I'm kind of bored with like the games that I have, and it's that in between where there's not really much to do. There's nothing really. I bought like so many different single player games or whatever, trying to go back to the games I played way in the past. Downloaded a bunch of Final Fantasy games.
Yeah.
But this has been like, I don't know about y'all, but this has been a real rough patch of time.
Oh, yeah. I feel like it's a really shitty time, too, because we're all stuck at home and we got no new games to play.
Yeah.
I mean, I've alleviated that because I've moved over, I'm not going to say wholly onto PC, but I might not get the new console. But it's like,
Dude.
I mean, so the thing is, they've actually kind of almost intermingled PC and Xbox now, because I can talk to you guys all on Xbox from my PC, and I can play some of the games with you on my PC. Like,
Yeah, it's the overlay for it is really buggy.
So the problem is, the one thing I need them to fix, because if they can fix this and change this, I'll be straight PC. Heck, might even sell my Xbox. I need to be able to get invites and join locked parties from invites on the PC app, and I'll be golden.
Mhm.
That's the one thing I don't have anymore, is the ability to join locked parties and join invites.
Really?
Yeah.
See, because like Helios tells me, even if the party's open, like he can't. The only invite that you can do on PC is invite to like a private chat between you and one other person.
Yes. Yeah.
You have to be invited, and so he'll always be like, I'm getting on my PC, he'll play Smite or like Call of or Modern Warfare
Yeah.
on PC. and send me an invite, and he'll have to join sometimes 3 or 4 times for it to like actually load everybody in there on his overlay.
Yeah.
It's kind of bad.
No, it's really not great. Like I said, it's in beta still. They're still working on it. So my hope is that by the time that next gen comes out, that'll be a bit more refined. I don't know. But I mean,
Yeah.
I do feel like PC is kind of getting its glow up because they're starting to reduce prices on like the really like more top to line components, like the new 10th generation of Intel's. Still not
Mhm.
quite as price to performance efficient as AMD because the new AMD 3000 or whatever the new series is. I'm not sure if it's 3000 or the next one. I think it's 3000. Like those look fucking awesome. The new Intel stuff, like it's good. It's nice because basically they're giving you one tier up in performance for the same price as old gen. So I think like an i9 costs as much as an i7 did this generation, which is
Mhm.
nice, but it's like a bit too little, too late. My
Yeah.
biggest problem there, and we discussed this earlier, is the fact that they're having us get a whole new motherboard for the stupid new Intels. I'm not sure actually I think AMD is too, in fairness, but that's because like they're getting PCI Gen 4, like all this new updated stuff that AMD is going to support that Intel isn't yet. They did say they're going to be looking
Yeah.
at PCI Gen 4 for the 10th generation soon after launch, but not immediately, which annoys me. I mean, so Intel and AMD both made their big announcements. The one big player we've not seen yet in the PC market, and I'm so excited for, is Nvidia, because their 3000 series comes out hopefully later this year. Like, assuming they haven't been pushed back, the 3000 GPUs, which hopefully will be a massive improvement in both price to performance and just raw performance. Because, I mean, I'm running a 2070 right now, and this thing puts in work. Like, its cooling is nice, its output's great. Like, I think I'm able to get, like, I think it's 300 FPS on Siege. Like, it's a beefy ass card. But some of the rumors about the 3000 series have been, like, really, really nice.
Oh man, I gotta dip my toe into this PC world soon. Soon, people, I will be on PC.
Good.
Something else that like Helios was telling me about, like today even, is a lot of the games that are on Steam and whatnot aren't like consoles. They're always usually like $60, but he's like, I've not paid for a full price game
Yep.
since I've been on PC, and he's bought in several of them. It's like $35. I think $40 is the most he spent on a game.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Like, even stuff like Siege and Modern Warfare, or I think Modern Warfare is not actually on the Steam store, I think. I think that's through another launcher. But, like,
It's through the Battle.net.
yeah, that's what I figured. Like, Siege. Let's see, what's Siege going for right now? $20.
Yep. Well, okay, so that's not a fair comparison because I bought my Siege 4 years ago
Yeah.
on a summer sale for $15. So it's just something like that game is just they don't care about like the base price of the game really, and $20 is pretty fair because you're going to be probably putting a lot of money into like cosmetics and stuff like that
Yeah.
on that game. That's what I did anyway because it's just like they're super cool.
I did a boo-boo. I forgot the fact that the audio for my Steam is going to be on the stream. I am sorry.
Uh
I clicked on the Siege page and it auto-played the trailer. Whoops.
oh.
So you're just gonna have this one really loud sound bite of like this rising action noise. Like, no,
Whoopsie.
that's fine.
Is that the trailer for the new chapter, or whatever?
I'm not.
the new
I actually haven't
season?
watched that trailer yet. I need to. Like,
Yeah, I haven't either.
I've heard some hype around it. I'll be honest though, and this is coming from a person who's like actually, I don't play Siege, which is ironic for what squad I run, and like I haven't played Siege in forever besides playing that new heist game mode with like Bubbles and Donkey about a week ago.
Hmm.
But like I don't feel like Siege is in its healthiest place right now. Like I don't know about other squads, but like across the board, I've seen reduced actual Siege recruiting. Like everyone who we recruited recently, they're Siege players. They play Siege, but that's not like the end all be all for them. Like we haven't gotten that many massive like I won't say esports, but like esports Siege people recently, which sucks because obviously a lot of our squads rely on Siege for recruiting and all that, but like it's just not been as hot recently.
Yeah. Yeah, they. I mean, I don't know. Siege kind of goes through these times where it's like they it'll do really well. They'll come out with like some ops that everybody fucking loves,
Yep.
and like they bring back the audience, and it's just like it's great for like a couple months, and then it slowly kind of falls off again. They'll release some more ops. You'll get another resurgent of people trying to come play because when they release new ops, they tweak other ops and change some things.
Yep.
And they've also said that they're not, for right now at least, they're not making any new maps. They're just reworking the existing ones so they're better.
Yeah, no, I think that's right.
So you got like, and the reworks, regardless if people end up liking them or not, it's like a whole new map. Like you got the base of what it was, but like it gets completely different. Like the Cafe Dostoevsky map.
Yeah,
I got so lost on that map. That one, and there's I think it was Oregon was the most recent rework. That one is confusing. There are so many hallways, especially like in the basement and stuff like that. There's so many different places to come from. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're always going to see these like patterns of where like gamers or like especially for communities who recruit, where like the numbers aren't quite there. They'll drop something, then the numbers come right back.
Yeah.
It's kind of been like I've noticed that same kind of pattern.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get that though. Eventually, it's just gonna fall off. You know, it's gonna die. I don't know when.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's on its last leg, but who knows?
Yeah, I think it really comes down to it's not necessarily the new ops or new maps that people like come back for or enjoy or like leave for. It all comes down to how they balance the ops because whenever shit's not fun, not playable, like you see a decline in streams because like your professionals and semi-pros don't want to play anymore. Like if you see, like I'd say casual and ranked are two totally different games because like goofy, fun, weird shit in casual is totally fine. But whenever you have like a massive game-breaking issue, ranked dies off, and ranked is like that's what people play whenever they stream or whenever they record videos. Like that's their main moneymaker, I would say, is ranked. And if ranked is unplayable, like they're not going to get the same. People aren't going to play as much. It's not going to be as popular. It's going to die off really. But no, like I see that in my squad especially. Like there are some people who will not play casual because they don't like it to be goofy and they want to like be serious whenever they play Siege. And there's some people who will not touch ranked because they want to go have fun. Like, I forgot who it was.
See, I'm kind of like in the middle somewhere, man. Like,
yeah, no, agreed.
I had this the other day, 2 days ago. I think I was playing with some TXO peeps.
Yeah.
We was playing custom games, and for me, like the reason I don't like playing custom games for anything, except like Halo, is because like Rainbow Six in specifically, but games like Halo and Call of Duty, I get pretty competitive.
Yeah.
And if we're all like playing and just like casually having fun, like whatever, I don't like to yell at people who really haven't done anything. But I've noticed that, you know, I get very heated on, you know, for like stupid stuff that happens to me, and I just like it like ruins other people's time, and that's not what I want to do. So I absolutely hate custom games.
Yeah.
I'll still play them. I don't care. But I mean, as far as like, I know that if I go into casual, that what I'm getting is probably either a bunch of randoms who are just going to be stupid and or fun.
Yeah.
Or a bunch of sweats in casual that are, you know, a 5-stack that are just pooping on kids.
Yeah. So that's my problem with Siege, is the fact that I never know what I'm walking into. Because either I'll get this really laid-back, chill experience, or I have to sweat just... My biggest problem, so we
had 3 feet away from your TV.
Yeah, like we had a 10-man custom game between, or something like between, like there was members of Neptune, Oracle, I feel like there was a third squad in there. But we were just chilling, like we all joined up saying, yeah, we're just gonna have fun and chill. Like, don't be too sweaty. This man dropped, I swear to you, it was probably 22 kills. Like, I think it was, I want to say it was like best out of, I think it was like first to 9 on a custom. It was on house. This man dropped like 22, 23 kills. It was ridiculous. Actually, I think he's still in my squad. Like, we still pull him out occasionally whenever we want to actually, do good. But
It's a yeah. Don't make me pull out the big guns, bro. You
don't
don't
make don't
want
make me
that.
don't make me drag Canada out here. He'll whoop your ass. No, like, guys, it's like either platinum or diamond. Like, he's a really good ranked player. Um, no, it's like whenever I play customs, I'm here for like strat roulette and all the dumb shit. Uh, but I don't
Oh
like
god.
whenever we're like getting into sweaty mode. That's just never fun to me because like I won't say I'm not a like certain games I get really into like S&D on Modern Warfare or shit Modern Warfare Remastered. I played S&D a lot. Just like hardcore and other games. Like I do try. I'm not one of those idiots who's just there for fun. Like I do actually want to do well on some of these games. But Siege has never been a game for me that I'm like there to do well. I'm there to have fun with my friends because I never really have personally. I wouldn't say I've never enjoyed Siege, but I've never like wanted to go play it. Never I have nothing else to do. Like I would rather go
Yeah.
play
See,
Modern Warfare or another
I feel
game
that.
instead.
I definitely feel that.
Like whenever,
On a lower level, for me, and I'll expose myself here.
hmm
Cold Storage Podcast exclusive. I play Fortnite, but I really only play Fortnite with like a couple people, and and I know I go into that game knowing I'm not going to try at all. I
okay.
don't understand it. I don't care to understand. Um, I'm really just going to goof around. I'm not trying to get my teammates killed, but I don't want to be here. I just want to hang out. I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
trying to
fair.
have fun. And so I don't really try. I'm not really good at building at all. Like, but
Yeah.
I can snipe in that game.
Yeah. No, I used to. I play. Actually, I played back whenever Save the World was a thing. I played
Oh.
very little BR, but I did play back whenever Save the World was first out with my friends. That was oh
Mhm.
fuck. That was a long time ago. And that was a long ass time ago. Like I've always been one that I hop into the new BRs when they come out. It's like so they're fun in the
Excuse me.
beginning, but I'm just not a big BR guy. Like PUBG was okay. Fortnite when it first came out before it got like overrun by the preschoolers was okay. Um, Battlefield 5's I don't know. I played it a little bit. I didn't really enjoy it. Now what was it called? Was it called Blackout? Whatever.
Yeah, for
Black
Black
Ops.
Ops.
Yeah, Black Ops 4. I liked it. It was okay in the beginning. It kind of lost its charm after a little while for me.
I loved
For me,
Blackout
like
until they started adding all that extra stuff
Yeah,
into it.
exactly.
like playing on the same map is fine for a couple months, but you got to come out with something else to play on. Because that was
Yeah.
my thing with Black Ops or Blackout. Sorry, is it was just I was going to the same places every time, and like games like Apex and PUBG and even Fortnite, they make changes every now and then. You know what I mean? But Blackout never.
Yep.
That I can think of, the map never changed.
Yeah. Have you all been playing Warzone a lot? Because I actually have not touched Warzone yet.
I love
I
Warzone,
played
bro.
it twice and I absolutely hate it.
I love it. It is so simple and
Yeah.
easy. I don't have to carry 1,000 different attachments and then attach them to my gun. I just get a higher level gun and it's got attachments, or I can
Yeah.
bring my own in. I mean, like to me, it is the most simple, straightforward BR that you will play.
Yeah, I need to download it for PC because I'm pretty sure it's free on PC and I can crossplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm strapped for cash on what actually I can buy for games on PC right now, and I gotta buy Mojo Empyrean pretty soon so he can play with me. Because, so, bit of backstory. Whenever I first started like actually gaming, I was actually a PC gamer. I had this for at the time a pretty decent PC. Looking back, it was a massive waste of money, but like I used to play all these different survival games like Unturned, Empyrean, Space Engineer, stuff like that. Ark a little bit. Empyrean was always one that kind of stuck with me as kind of like my first exposure to like communities almost because I was part of a private server that worked as like a recording studio for like 3 or 4 separate YouTubers. Like it was this awesome environment. It was like factions based and it was Actually, really cool. Like, I always enjoyed it. I was part of the trading faction, basically acted as the muscle for transporting shipments of fuel to other groups, and it was awesome. Like, we had streams, we had recording times. There was kind of like a podcast back before they were really cool. Like, it was a really cool experience for me, and it kind of got me into the idea of being a part of something bigger than just casually gaming. But it was that was a long time ago. Actually, I talked to one of the guys. He's actually gone from like a few hundred subscribers to a little bit over 1K recently. So big shout out to him.
Nice.
Good job, Sturbed. You've been doing good for yourself. But it's been interesting. It's coming back to PC and seeing all these memories. Like fuck, Unturned was like integral to like how I got into gaming. So it was the first game. This is gonna sound like I'm like 12, and I apologize. It's the first game I played outside of Wii. Like
Bro.
I got a so like outside of Wii and Minecraft, Unturned was the first actual game I played, and it was the shit. Still is.
You don't even want to know what my first game was.
Okay,
Or maybe do you?
kind of yes. Don't leave me on a cliffhanger.
I'd have to look up the full like actual name of it, but it was the oh my gosh, the Marvel like fuck. He plays like Wolverine or Cyclops or whatever, and it was like a side scroller game, but like fuck, it was on the Sega Genesis, bro. It was so long
okay.
ago. I don't remember what
I mean,
it was called.
if you want to be fair, the first like I think actual like I had like one of those like learning game things, like a console to like plug cartridges in whenever I was like really young. But I used to play, you know,
Oh well, that doesn't count. Those
no,
are
that
like
doesn't count.
those are
But you remember
for,
the,
you know.
you remember the plug-in things you would plug into the back of your TV with like a joystick? I had one of those Star Wars games I used to
Mhm.
play on the screen of my dad's old Expedition at like my grandma's house, and that was like I guess the first like actual video game I played almost. It was it was one of the Star Wars ones. Like you were in an X-wing trying to destroy Star
Oh yeah,
Destroyers.
the Star Wars Starfighter game.
Yeah, that one. Like that was like one of the first ones I really played, and I always loved it. Like I moved to a Wii whenever I was 6 or so, give or take. Played that for a long ass time.
Bro,
Um,
I'm gonna sound so old. I so like Mortal Kombat on the Sega Genesis,
mhm.
and then the X-Men game that I was talking about,
Yep.
and then from there I went from the Genesis to a GameCube.
All right. Yeah.
Well, okay, there was a 64 in between there. If I'm bouncing back and forth between, I have two homes, so you
Yeah.
know, my mom and my dad.
Mm.
So my mom had like the 64 where I played like Super Mario 64 and Smash Bros and that kind of stuff. Like Hey You Pikachu, those
Yeah.
type of games I remember. Moved to the GameCube, got way into Super Smash Bros on that game. That for me was like the perfection of Super Smash Bros.
Yep.
I don't really like the. I'm not a huge fan of the Switch. I'm not gonna lie. But that's just because I don't feel like a console game I should be holding it.
Yeah.
I know you can put it on your TV and stuff. I tried it. It just feels weird. I could probably deal with it, but
Yeah. I actually sold mine to
anyway.
a buddy recently, so I could buy myself a new monitor.
Well, so I'm from the GameCube to the original Xbox.
Yeah.
And for me, going from the graphics that were like Super Mario Sunshine and those types of games, because those are the games I really liked,
Yeah.
to an Xbox, and I was given Halo. So I went from spraying motherfuckers with water to shooting them in the face.
Yep.
I fell in love,
Yep.
and here we are today,
Yeah. I think
12 years later.
Halo 4 was my first actual Halo game. I got into it pretty
Cool.
late. Actually played it at a game truck at one of my mom's work, like company picnics. Um, shit, like I think we're very accurately dating how old we are in this segment.
Listen, I ain't no old fogey. I'm only 27. All right.
Yeah, about 10 years older than me.
You know what? Just like,
Jesus.
yeah, I know. When he said that, I was just like 10 years old. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
I forget that you're a baby.
I'm not.
Really, you are. You're such a baby. Really, like I'm just sitting here listening, and like We're getting old, guys.
Yeah, no, if I'm not gonna lie, the weirdest feeling is like hearing kids say they don't know who Indiana Jones is. That breaks my soul.
Well, I need to go jump off a cliff somewhere.
I that was actually the first one that hit me because we were talking. I was volunteering at a church summer camp, and I was working in the gym, and it was during snack time, so all these kids were eating, and they were talking about movies and like video games. And they're like, "What was one of your favorite movies while you were growing up?" And I'm like, "I loved the Indiana Jones franchise." And one kid looks me dead in the face, not a joke, like straight faced, asked, "Oh, is that the male Lara Croft?" And I nearly punted him. Like,
I mean, he's technically
he's not
not
technically
wrong.
wrong. I just technically wanted to punt him. Like, you did not just say that shit to my face.
That's hilarious. Oh
Uh,
man.
Yeah, like between the Wii and all the old Lego like games, like Lego Indiana Jones and Star Wars. Oh, okay, sorry, this is gonna sound really childish. They're releasing the new Lego Star Wars game that has all 9 Skywalker franchise movies like in it, and it looks
Oh boy.
like really good. I think they're gonna release it on Xbox. Like,
Oh man. You know what? I kind of wish that they would do.
mm,
They should remake Star Wars: The Old Republic.
yes, I was hoping you were gonna say that. So, there's actually rumors there's one in development, or there was one in development. They were doing not necessarily a reboot, but like a continuation of the story almost, like a new
Mhm.
KOTOR.
Oh.
And I'm like,
Hmm.
yes, please. Only problem is, I think it's the same team who made Anthem, so I'm kind of scared.
I'll look at. Okay, there is so much that they can, and they don't have to like come up with random stuff to put in this game. We know that they can do the graphics.
Yep,
We know that they can do the level design. We know that they can do different types of mechanics.
yep,
The only thing that they really failed on, which was like obviously the biggest problem, was filling content in the game.
yep.
That should not be an issue for a Star Wars.
No, it shouldn't be at all.
So
Uh,
I'm pretty heavily excited.
oh yeah, no, me too. I'm just hoping that's not just a stupid rumor, but like it came from, I believe, Jason Schreier, which is a pretty reliable source in terms of game news. So, I mean, I'm pretty hyped for it. I'm hoping it's gonna be good. I hope there's a lot
Hype,
of new
hype,
stuff
hype.
coming down the pipe everywhere. Like we're in a time of great hype with very little actual like substance to back that up.
Yeah, right now it's just kind of like one of those times. It's like I said, it's like a limbo basically. We're in gaming limbo.
Yeah,
We're in between the old and the new, and we're almost there. We
yeah,
just kind of gotta give us a little bit more time. We make it.
yep. All right. Well, I think that's about all we have time for this week. So, guess thank you all for listening to the Cold Storage Podcast. I've been your host, Messy. Thank you to my co-hosts Zay and Bambi, and we will see you next week. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.